From the FOX10 Gulf Stream, this is Next Weather.
Thank you for tuning in to Next Weather. I'm meteorologist Nicholas Herboso. So I'm using one of our live cameras right now. We're recording this about 6 o'clock, 6:05 right now, and we have some showers in the area. And I just had to show this to you. As the sun's going down, we can see the areas of gray. That's rain falling there in Mobile County. This is the view from our battleship camera, and we have the chance for some spotty showers overnight tonight. I think they will mostly be heading towards the coast and staying along the coast, and that's where these storms are moving now. So here's the forecast over the next few hours. We can see the temperatures dropping to around 75 by 11 o'clock, and also I think some of the clouds will break apart as we go through the evening. One big story today, the temperatures have been kept down quite a bit. 82 right now in Mobile with that rain shower, 81 there in Lucedale, also 81 in Gulf Shores. But you see there's some 79s on the board, and this is as of 6 o'clock. So we really were held down today by the clouds that were around. In fact, we were below average, believe it or not, for today. This is the first time I think we've been below average in I don't even know how long. It's been quite a while since we've had a below average day. Also, the last time we had a high of 83 degrees was back in June of like the summer, pre-summer. So it was very long time ago that we had that. But as we head through the next few days, looks like temperatures will warm up. Here's another story for us. Winds right now mostly easterly / northeasterly, and you can see the brighter colors indicating stronger winds offshore. Over the next few days, we have a bit of a higher rip current risk. In fact, a higher rip current risk. Surf right now 2 to 3 feet. That is going to bump up tomorrow 3 to 4 feet. So higher surf at the beaches. Something to keep in mind if you are down there. It does not look like the best beach day, especially tomorrow, but really over the next few days. And here's your day planner for tomorrow. Like I said, I think we have a return of clouds, especially in the kind of midday, early afternoon hours. You can see that here. And the clouds fade off. Very similar forecast, a very similar forecast to what we saw today. Here's Futurecast. See those little showers that are out there? Those are going to push off to the south and west as we go through the evening. And then overnight tonight, we're clearing out until tomorrow morning where the clouds return. We have a surface boundary that's located over the Gulf of Mexico. You can see the showers associated with that, and we could have some coastal showers through the day tomorrow along with all of these clouds, as we can see here in the afternoon. Very similar forecast to today, and then those clouds will kind of linger and then eventually fade over the coming days. Here's your forecast for specifically Mobile and Baldwin County for tomorrow. We can see those middle 80s. That chance of a coastal shower is there. Otherwise cloudy conditions through the day. And I mentioned it, we are going to be warming up over in the coming days, and we're going to go back to above average. Our average is 85. And we're going to go probably around 86 tomorrow. We'll see how many clouds there are around, and we'll see what that number does. But as we head into kind of the future outlook, especially this weekend, look at these 91s for the weekend. It looks like a quite warm weekend out there, and staying warm, staying above average through the upcoming week, and big time rain chances just going down to nothing. Take a look all the way through the weekend and all the way through early next week. No real signs for rain except for the coastal showers that we could see on Thursday, and that's not going to help the drought situation. Overall, kind of the long-term outlooks are indicating that even northern Alabama starts to get into a bit of a worse drought situation. For us here at the coastal area, our drought situation should begin to get a little bit worse as well, continue to get worse, as we're not dealing with any rain chances, no significant rain chances in the forecast. I want to give you a little tropical update. What do we have going on? Here's Tropical Storm Philippe, 50-mile-per-hour winds with this thing, and you can see a nice buildup of convection, but notice where the tropical icon is. It's off to the west of where the thunderstorms are. So it's not the best organized right now. It's dealing with some shear, and it's expected to stay a tropical storm and approach the islands here and likely dissipating over Puerto Rico. This has been a change in track. You might have remembered before it looked like it was going to go out to sea. Well, it's kind of interacting with a few things, and it does look like this thing is going to kind of die out, and I mean die out. All the models are indicating that over the islands, while the system behind it that has a high chance for development. You can see it here. So here's Philippe with that area of thunderstorms. Then here's our next area. Take a look at these forecast models. It gets really close to where Philippe is, and then this one takes the turn to the north. At least that's what the models are saying right now. I want to go through one of those models real quick so we can see Philippe going into the islands and dissipating, while we have this name will be Rena, strengthens a little bit and has a little bit of a turn towards the west before a trough comes in, picks it up, and then makes it go towards the north. That's the situation with those two storms. Not too much to worry about. Some heavy rain possible for the islands, though. Some of those Caribbean islands, especially Puerto Rico, they will need to watch that closely. But no significant impacts from a strong system expected. All right, here's a look at the 5-day outlook for us here in Mobile. And as we can see, dry conditions coming for the next few days. All right. Switching gears now, El Nino, something that we've been talking about this hurricane season. Well, it looks like it's going to stay around for those winter months, and we're going to have a little bit of an update on that here. And here is the reporter whose name is Mike Valerio.
This year, scientists are watching a rapidly developing and strengthening El Nino event. It's a natural climate pattern, typically every 2 to 7 years, bringing warmer than average sea surface temperatures to the equatorial Pacific Ocean. That warming can influence our winter weather.
The effects of El Nino are pretty pronounced across a lot of the continent and really a lot of the world.
Dr. Daniel Swain, a UCLA climate scientist, explains El Nino is not just a Pacific story. The phenomenon typically leads to warmer and drier conditions in northern sections of the U.S., with cooler and wetter weather across southern stretches of the country. After California endured a winter of relentless atmospheric river systems, El Nino likely means more winter storms this coming January through March could be on the way.
I think there is a tilt in the odds towards a wetter than average winter, especially in southern and central California, as well as other parts of the interior southwestern U.S.
Dr. Swain adds El Nino could mean an unusually dry winter in the Pacific Northwest and Hawaii, where we've seen wildfires like the devastation in August in Lahaina. But a curveball in this year's El Nino predictions, how the abnormally warm water across the rest of the world's oceans could change how El Nino impacts us.
The global oceans outside of the El Nino zone in the tropics are also extremely warm. And so that combination is something we haven't seen before.
All right, definitely an interesting forecast as we go long range. And our climate situation right now is drought, and over the next 7 days, like I mentioned previously, with no rain chances. I'm going to go to the 10-day outlook, and as we can see, we have the zeros all the way through and no real rain chances as we get through. You might see some long-range forecast models. Our favorite GFS is doing something funky on day 11, bringing a pretty big front in here. And of course, we'd want some cooler temperatures because the 90s across the board as we head into October. Look at the first day of October at 91 degrees for that high. But we'll watch that forecast model, see if anything happens beyond the long-range outlook here. But mostly sunny skies expected. Look forward to maybe a coastal shower on your Thursday. And that's pretty much it for us here on Next Weather. Thank you for tuning in.